Right, so here we are today. Hopefully this stream is working with the two cameras. And today we're going to, while this is working, I want to sculpt just a simple little thing. Berk from Trapdoor, which you see on the screen here somewhere. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Berk from Trapdoor. It was an 80s animated series for kids, but adults would appreciate it also. I think it's got a bit of a cult following from people like my age. Right, so just going to see if we're going live. I've got the pop-up chat here, and I'll test that out. I'll say hello, everybody. I think Anne said she might come along to see if everything is in working order. I've got these earphones on just in case we get any feedback. I'm picking my nose out. But I suppose I could have turned the volume down and took the earphones off, but I don't want to take any chances. I've got the iPad set up to Skype, so the other camera is coming through via Skype. So let's just have a check to see if it's running, which I think it is. Of course, I'm a bit early today, aren't I? For anybody outside of the UK and in America. Got a GMT here, by the way, because the OBS Studios nearly give me a nervous breakdown. It's sort of, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's probably me doing something wrong, of course. So anyway, it looks like we got it working. I'll get the pop-up chat so I can see if anybody is about, but it is a bit early. I was on yesterday and there wasn't anybody about, so it might be the same again today. So anyway, I've got some clay here, which is similar to Fimo clay, but it's like cheaper stuff, so you can put it in the oven. So we've got blue there for our main body for Berk. We've got some white here for the eyes, and we'll need a little bit of black, and that's about it. I'll probably just put, you see a smile there on his egg-shaped body, and I'll probably use a little Sharpie pen here to put a smile in place. So we got the body, eyeballs, and the black for the blacks of the eyes. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is probably warm it up a little bit just to get it more supple, the clay easier to work with, and we'll want to take out a couple of or some parts to get those arms and feet. It's quite hard to work with at the moment. I think my iPad camera might fall over at any moment. If you can see how it's put together, it's a bit rough, but hopefully it'll be alright. Because I can't multitask, I can't talk, do something at the same time. Look at his feet. It's looking like it's getting smaller. The more I take pieces away from this piece of clay. Right, so this is going to be his main body. I want to do some animation, but I think this clay is going to be too hard to do any kind of animation. I should have just started off with a worm, really. I think it would have been easier to make. Right, so try and turn this into some sort of egg shape. I say it's quite hard to work with this because it's warm here as well in England. It's probably 25 degrees outside Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. So anyway, I thought I'd choose something simple, but it's like maybe not as simple as I thought, just to sort of test out the live stream thing. And that's all I seem to be doing, is testing the live stream situation out. So I'm going to the wrong camera there. Just kind of egg-shaped. There's a bit of glitter stuck in there as well. So I think we are running. Yeah, looks like we're going for it. See, there's a slight time lag with the actual video to what's actually going on with the OBS studio. So just playing around with this a little bit, just to get what we roughly want. It might have been easier to make this bigger, well, if the clay was softer. I think we'll make his feet next. Let me stand it up properly. I'm going to have to improvise with some tools as well. So it looks like his feet are kind of sort of egg-shaped also. Got a pen here. A pen lid that I could use as some sort of spatula. Oh, there's Gris. Hello, Gris. I've got all shy now. Hello, Gris. How are you doing anyway? Are you still on? I just tested out this live stream and I'm doing Berk, basic Berk. I don't know if you watch Berk. You right, Chris? What time's it over there then? So anyway, this live stream will be recorded, so anybody can watch it after it's finished. So I expect anybody on my channel will probably know who Mr. Concrete Artisan is, Gris. He's like the king of concrete, and he does some amazing stuff. So you have to check out Gris, Mr. Concrete Artisan, on YouTube. He's absolutely fantastic, and he does a better job of videos than what I do. Oh, it might be my stream. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust these streams, Gris, so it could be my end. I don't know. It seems to be all right here, but 5:46 a.m. Oh yeah, because you're an early bird, aren't you? Have you started work already then, Gris, at 5:46? I gotta get this chat up. Let's have a look. So I've got all shy now because Gris, Mr. Concrete Artisan, he's a professional and I'm not. King of Concrete. Well, I'm on the G&T's, Gris, but I think it's a bit too early, isn't it, for you over there? Cheers. know which camera I'm aiming at there. And also as well, anybody interested in concrete stuff, moulds and casts, visit, I know that's nothing to, well, I suppose it is related to what we're doing today, because we're sort of making a model, and I could make a mould of this if it turns out any good. But yeah, anybody interested in moulds, moulding, concrete casting especially, visit DIYmolds.com, and we're on there. So it looks like Chris has been busy. God, 5 AM is too early for me. I don't think I've seen 5 AM for a long time. So up in the pink gin. Yeah, it's probably a bit too early for an Irish coffee over there, Chris. Oh, there's lurking Crass. Zero. See, how are you, Zero? I haven't seen you for a long time, or heard from you for a long time. This live streaming, by the way, takes a bit of getting used to. It's a bit weird. It's like when people are like typing the messages, I sort of like got the automatic response to go to the keyboard. But of course I can talk to the camera. Talking a load of rubbish now. Right, so this might end up being a bit of a dodgy job. That's not looking too special at the moment, is it? I think his arms are going to be a bit difficult. I've lost my reference photo. There's like loads of windows open here. Right. It's got a pen lid here. He's kind of got some dimples in his feet, Berk. How are you doing, Zero? This is a bit of an abortion. This is a bit of an abortion. So I'm not really much of a multitasker, so see, I'm sort of like bad worksman always blames his tools. Mind you, also as well, so when you're doing videos, you can put up your sort of good stuff, and it's very rarely that people put up their rubbish stuff. So I mean, on the odd occasion I'll put up a fail, and this could be a fail video also. Yeah, this is polymer clay, Gris. Is it polymer clay? No, it's not. Is it? I can't remember. Yes, it is. Yes, that's right. It's like the Fimo stuff. That's polymer, isn't it? The stuff you put in the... you could put it in the oven, and then it will go hard. But this stuff is like the cheaper stuff, and the last lot I put in the oven, it sort of melted the things. I made some worms from trapdoor. Has anybody seen trapdoor, by the way? Yeah, I think I put a stone on as well, Zero. I have to go on a diet. I haven't lost me weight since Christmas either. Yeah, all good here, thank you very much. I've been drinking gin too much this week though. I think it actually looks better on camera than what it does in real life here. This is very poor. I'll probably lose all my subscribers after this video. tool wise. See, I'm not a professional, as you know, so I'm just like making it up as I go along. I should be saying how I'm doing this. I put the feet on, of course, and I just put some dimples on in Berk's feet. So I'm trying to look at that reference photo, and I haven't got his feet quite right. Is that they sort of rise up a little bit. I don't know. Is the sound okay, by the way? Is there a bit of an echo? I would put these headphones on, but I don't think I really need to put them on unless, well, if I turn the volume down, because if the volume is turned up on the speakers, it will feed back through the webcam mic. Right, you're checking out Trapdoor now. There's a good theme tune on it as well. I would sing it, but I won't. I haven't had enough gins yet. Right, I don't know. I was doing the eyes here, but I don't think I'll do. I'm gonna do the eyes last. So I don't know why I'm bothering around with that. We'll do the arms now. I don't know how we're gonna do that. If you're still there, Gris, what do you? I don't know if we've had this conversation before, but might have touched on it on the boards about washing up liquid in concrete and cement. Would you? A lot of people are saying don't use washing up liquid as a plasticizer in concrete because it'll weaken the concrete too much. But I've not had any problems with using washing up liquid. So I had a look online, and there's a lot of sort of conflicting information. Some people say it's okay, some people say it's like a DIY thing, and of course it weakens the concrete as well. But like I say, I haven't had any problems with washing up liquid weakening my own concrete. When I've cocked up my concrete mixes, it's usually down to not having the quantities right, or the cement's been out of date or something. But other than that, I've never had any problems. Alright, good, the sound's okay then. Cheers, folks. I can't believe you're watching this. I don't think even like 3-year-olds would watch this. Mind you, I sound like I'm insulting everybody. They're both saying that. Alright, I'm not insulting everybody, by the way. Here's Tilly, she's gonna... Don't you knock that camera over. What are you doing? Eh? Tills. Tills. Don't knock... Hey, come on. Look at Astro Cat, the mischief. Come on, you. Come on. Say hello. Eh? You gotta set the camera up again, Tills. Right. What we got going here then? I don't think I'm going to be able to get it back the same, am I? Is that alright? We doing Tills? I shouldn't have done that. She's coming back. What are you doing? Just stay away from that camera, Tills. Eh? Look at you. Oh, Tilly. It's a vandal. Yeah, I did see that, Gris, about in training. Yeah, and I saw a thread where they said that was beneficial to the concrete with those micro bubbles. Because you use plasticizer, don't you, Chris? You don't use washing up liquid because I suppose like if you did a load, it's best to have plasticizer, isn't it? But I have been using plasticizer as well. Well, I haven't done any cast. I haven't done any casting for a year. I think I was going to do some casting before this COVID thing set in because I spent last year mainly making molds. Yeah, Tilly. There's a bit of a lag here. She's gone now. She knocked the camera over and then legged it. I don't know what I'm doing here. I do not know what I am doing. So try and do these hands. Hello, Anne. Here's Anne. Yeah, the reason I'm asking about the fairy liquid video because my most popular video on my channel is making a concrete slab, and it seems to be getting even more viewers now. And of course, with that, I get a lot of people saying, "You haven't done this right, you haven't done that right," and all that sort of thing. So, and they like saying about the fairy liquid. And of course, since then I've looked it up. But I remember like when I was a Sparky working on a building site with builders, and they'd use fairy liquid. And when I'm looking online, they're saying that only cowboy builders use fairy liquid. Proper builders would use plasticizer. I can read what you're saying, Anne. Are you shouting as well then? Can you hear me, Anne? Right, so give it a go with the fingers here. It's like funny with the cartoons, they often have just 3 fingers and a thumb. Oh, by the way, I saw your thing pop up when I was just before I got out of bed this morning. I saw your concrete log planter, and that looks amazing. Are you coming out of lockdown in Canada, Gris, anytime soon? I'm making Berk from Trapdoor, Anne. Do you remember Trapdoor? I've got him on the screen as a reference photo. But I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I'm sort of improvising with my tools. I've got this like nail clipper here because I've got my headphones on and I can't be bothered to go in the other room to get some other tools. So I'm sort of improvising with stuff I've got here already, like an Allen key. Well, I haven't used the Allen key yet. Pen top. Sort of using that as like a spatula type of thing. Although it's a bit too small to sculpt. But I'm making excuses. I think maybe I should have done the fingers separately. Anyway. In this video, like when I do my videos, I sort of think to myself, if I'm showing people how to do something myself, because I'm just doing it as a bit of fun, then they can do it better. So get the fundamentals in place, then somebody else can come along and do it a lot better than me. I think his hands are too big there. Yeah, I'm going to have to catch up on your Instagram page, Chris. I need to catch up on the boards as well. I've been doing a fair bit of music recently. Although that's a slow process as well. I'm really slow at doing things. Devonshire clay. So what's that like then, Anne? Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned your store is open, Gris, which is good. Great. That's brilliant that you're busy as well. Yeah, this thing's very odd, isn't it? It's a very odd situation. That needs to be half the size is what it is. Oh, so what's, did you make the clay yourself then, Anne? Or your brother made the clay? Yeah, that's another thing. I haven't checked out anybody's videos either. I've got to check out everybody's videos. I've... So, because we've got Anne here as well, Julianne Cook. She's an artist and she paints and draws. And her channel is Julianne Cook on YouTube. Julianne Cook, Julianne Cook, artist. She does some amazing stuff. Does some fantastic watercolors and those illustrations Anne recently. Fantastic. I need a sharper implement. I'm doing his fingers. Can you see what I'm doing here? I don't think really anyone was interested in this though, are they? What am I doing here? I've got a plectrum. I'm going to use that as a knife. Or a pick. I think Brits call guitar picks plectrums, don't they? Or both. I don't know if you can see that. Just doing the fingers there. Separating them. Like I said, perhaps I should have done these individually. And then glued them onto the arm. I can hear an echo in my head. Oh dear, look at that. I don't know what I'm doing here. You can hear the echo. I think the echo's gone now. That was weird. It's a bit wonky with the hand. Where's the camera bit? It's a bit not very good, that is it? I need to. What I need is I would perhaps go around with a knife, but then perhaps I can make it better once I've stuck it on here onto his body. It's a bit fiddly. It's a bit too small, really, for me. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said on my channel the other day, I can only hear you in one side of my headphones. I thought that was an odd thing to say, because I think like some of the recorders, they had to record on the left-hand side or something. I said, well, lucky you, at least you haven't got my voice in your head all day long, like I have. I'm surprised this live stream that these cameras have a mind of their own. I tried to do something yesterday by getting the second camera set up, and it didn't work at all. And I just switched the set, done pretty much the same thing today, and it's working. My computer just seems to have a mind of its own. But then perhaps drinking and trying to work things out at the same time isn't probably a good idea. This is terrible. This is probably one of the worst things I've done on the channel, I think. Got a gin and tonic, Anne. This is my first one of the day. Got a taste for gin and tonic for some reason. There's a cat hair in the clay. Oh, I don't like this at all. This is awful. Are you drinking elderflower cordial now then, Anne? See you later, Gris. Have fun. Yeah, I'll catch up on your videos soon as well. See you later, Gris. He's a hard-working man, is Gris. I think he works 24 hours a day. See you later, Gris. It's Gris, not Chris. Gris. G-R-I-S. You eating your lunch, are you, Anne? What are you eating? I gotta go on a diet. I was wondering, does anybody know about diets and stuff? Because I was thinking, if I, like, apparently, like, for a bloke, you're supposed to eat, like, 2,500 calories a day. Well, I'm a bit smaller than average, so I'd maybe, for me, it might be even 2,000 calories, maybe. But is it healthy to just eat 1,000 calories a day to lose a bit of weight? Does anybody know? Potato salad, that sounds very nice, Anne. Your cooking's lovely, because I've obviously tried your cooking before. I used to lodge with Anne. Anne was my landlady. Now the clay's getting too warm and too soft, I think because it's been out for a little bit, and now it's like, looks like it's melting. Do you put mayonnaise in your potato salad? You get that low, put the low fat stuff in. How long have I been on? 35 minutes. Might have to come back to that. We'll do that in part 2, shall we? That's my excuse, because it's not very good, is it? Look at that. It's an abortion, isn't it? Terrible. Put his eyes on the top. I think what I'll do is make a worm. And now the blue from my hands has gone into the white of the eyes. What does OMAD stand for, Zero? I think you stay on forever, Anne. But this is like, this sculpture is turned in, is not very good. Look at it. I think it looks better on the camera, but it's a bit of an abortion. I think I'll have to, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, really. It's not very good. 1 meal a day, I see. I'm not up with all these. Everybody abbreviates everything these days, and I don't know what anything means. Are you going to make one of them? You going to make one of these? Just making the eyeballs now. I should be telling everybody what I'm doing, shouldn't I? Yeah, 4 meals a day, do you, Anne? Dear, oh dear. Look at that. You wouldn't think I was 47 years old, would you? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... I think this is one of those videos where I'm going to have to tick the thing saying it's for kids. Berk Phoebe. Look at that. I'm going to do another one. I'll do a video where I can spruce them up a little bit. It's quite hard to get everything right, though. See that? I can't see the screen here. Right, I can go in the back. I think what we'll do now is just... I might go up to... How long shall I go up to? Is everybody enjoying themselves, then? Yeah, he's a bit overweight, and he's Zero. He looks overweight as it is. Yeah, I think I've projected part of myself onto Berk. Perhaps I'll make a gargoyle in the next video. That'll be a long that'll have to be that last one I made. That took me. That was probably good 20 to 30 hours, I reckon, on that last gargoyle. So there we are. Right, let's do a worm. I like doing these. I'll do a big one, biggish one. Can you see the worm in the reference photo? Because I wanted to animate one of these. If you see him on the actual animated series Trapdoor, I think they look great. These are really easy to make. Make these in like a couple of minutes. You're too kind, Zero. I think I'd do another one at one point. The trouble is, this clay is when you need to wash your hands between each colour, really, because you contaminate it. So is anybody going to make their own Berk then? Do you mean make a Bob Ross ad? don't know if you can see what's going on there. Now these are quite quick and effective, I think. You can't really cock these up. You see that? Kind of give them a little bit of a nose as well. Pinch his front bit. I think I'd be a bit too scared to do a paint and live stream after do a Berk on this one. I've had this clay lying around for ages, Zero. I think I just got it off of eBay. It's like cheap. It's like a cheap version of Fimo, and I think one of the reasons, because I want to do this as like a test. Now I've got this second camera working, and so I thought if anything does go wrong, it's something relatively simple, but it's not actually that simple as I found out. What am I talking about? Yeah, so yeah, I think I got the clay off of eBay, and that was it. But I think the Fimo clay is probably the better stuff to work with if you're going to put it in the oven. Are you going to do a live stream, Anne? So the eyes are the same as what we did with Berk. That's quite a big worm in comparison with Berk. I think the actual animated one on Trapdoor is probably about a foot high, I think. I think I might have saw that somewhere. I get a lot of false memories these days, so I don't know what's real or what's not. How'd you do what, Anne? Oh, Milliput, yeah, that'd be quite good. Yeah, because you've got quite a lot of time to work with Milliput, haven't you, before it goes hard. Well, if this is any good, I would have made a mould from this, but it's not. It's not. So I'm not going to make a mould from it. I'll have to do it again. If I do it again, I won't do the video again, but if I do that again, I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Product. Is that the right word? Yeah, I'm sure I saw somewhere where they were like there's behind the scenes with Trapdoor, how they animated him and all the other bits. It's pretty amazing because there's a lot going on in the shots, like with all the worms going about, all the different creatures, and of course it's all stop motion animation, isn't it? So I call this a tribute to Trapdoor, not how to make a Berk, because it's a bit of a disaster. But I think it's good to show your not so good stuff, because I think a lot of people that want to get into stuff think that everybody does good stuff all the time, but it's not the case with most people, I don't think. And say with every sort of good and polished creation you come up with, there's probably like 5 creations that aren't really very good at all. That's certainly the case with me. But you know, it's all practice, isn't it? And this worm's got one eye bigger than the other. I suppose we can twist his head around a little bit. So there's the worm. Trapdoor worm. Actually, I reckon Drutt would have been easier to make. Trapdoor, now there might be a relationship there with Cosgrove Hall. That's the same people that did Danger Mouse, isn't it? I looked it up the other day, but I think it's another company. But there might be a relationship between them, I don't know. Should we do Drutt as well? How long have I been going for? 45 minutes. Should we give Drutt a go, see if I can save myself with doing Drutt. You can't see his legs there, but I think they use like sort of pipe cleaners for his legs, didn't they? I do Boney. Boney's probably easier than Berk. I think it's a bit deceiving. Thinking how easy Berk might be to sculpt. I'm just making him worse now. He's melting. Dear oh dear. Right. But the thing is, I don't think I've got any grey, so I'm going to have to mix some. I haven't got enough white. I've got this sort of like beigey colour thing here, so if I mix that with black. Look it up, Zero, on Google. See you did Trapdoor. Who was the chap who sang the song as well? Is it something beginning with Z? Zucchino or something. It's not Zucchini, Zachariah. I can't remember what his name is. Keep away from that trapdoor. I'm to a cover of that. I'll try and make him in proportion to Berk. So he's going to be quite... Oh, he's got his teeth in there as well, hasn't he? Oh dear. Actually, I might make him a bit bigger. Are you from the UK then, Zero? I thought you were from America for some reason. Shall I keep this video up then, once I've finished it? If you're going to go live, Anne, you need to go through like a broadcasting software. It is a pain in the ass to get it working. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course you're from Cumbria. I remember you saying Mara now. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Stop It and Tidy Up. Terry Brain and Charlie Mills. I don't know what Stop It and Tidy Up is. I don't think I ever saw that. Mind you, Anne, if you want to do a live thingy, if you download OBS Studio, if you've got one camera, that is straightforward to do. That is easy enough. All I've had problems really is with the second, pardon me, camera. I just say merging the colours and just folding the clay in half just to get those colours going. What year was Stop It and Tidy Up? Because I think even when Trapdoor came out, I was probably too old for it then. But I bought the videos. I think when Trapdoor came out, when was that? It was 85, 86, 87 maybe. Well, I would have been 13 in 86 because I was born in 1973. That's pretty grey-ish. It's not as grey as, perhaps put some more in actually. When I saw that against the reference photo, it didn't look perhaps grey enough. Trapdoor was 84, was it? So I was 11 then. I thought I was older when I watched that. Yeah, that probably makes sense then. Yeah, perhaps it was. I think because I bought the videos when I was about 20 something, when they came out on video later on. Because I think, you know, sort of, you get like a nostalgia thing for the children's programs from when you were a kid yourself, don't you? You know who Morph is though, don't you, Anne? Oh, you were 9, you're younger than me. 0. Bill and Ben. That was stop motion animation as well, wasn't it? Bill and Ben, was it? I got a stop motion book here because I wanted to get into it. And I read it. It was either last Christmas. No, not last Christmas, the Christmas before. Another project I got in my head is to make a Martian war machine from War of the Worlds using recycled bits and pieces. I think probably that would be a better project to do for a live stream. Because if I was filming this one in view of putting it up as a video, I wouldn't put it up. Ah, Bill and Ben were puppets, were they? I used to like the Muppet Show, mind. I used to love that. So I think we got a bit of a grey there. Not quite Drutt grey. So how does he look? I'll try and concentrate on this one a little bit more, perhaps. Oh, SpaceX takes off on Saturday, does it? Do we see it here then, flying over or something? I was going to do a Natsuki painting video. Funny enough, perhaps I should have done that instead, really, because I think that would have turned out a bit better. To go in conjunction with the other thingamajigs. Remember, Anne, you did your Natsuki, and Rosanne and Vic did one as well. I don't know where the bloody camera is on here. Let's put them there. Make the video look a little bit more respectable. Oh, watching the SpaceX on TV. Maybe on screen here, don't I? Oh, they aborted. Yeah, because I heard something about that. Not the abortion or aborting the SpaceX thingy, but I heard, pardon me, this lemonade's making me burp. Not lemonade, tonic water. Yeah, I heard it was the only thing. I heard that people were going to go out and watch for it in the sky or whatever. So what do we see once it's up there? Just like things that look like stars or satellites. So there's Drutt's body. I think we do need a knife, really, don't we, to carve out his mouth. So I'm carving his mouth out with a plectrum here. Pick, guitar pick. Oh dear. Not good. I don't even see his mouth there. Let's smooth that out a little bit. I don't know if you can hear my neighbours talking there. Drutt has a kind of cheeky smile, doesn't he? Cheeky grin. Crikey, sorry about that. A bit red now. You bored yet, Anne? Anybody bored? I'm not a very good promoter. I'm promoting my videos, aren't I? Like saying, this is rubbish. Right, just making a little bit of red here, sorry. For Drutt's mouth. You love the Netsuke then, Anne. What did you do with your Netsuke? Have you got it on display? Does that look like the inside of his mouth? I'll just put a layer of red there. I think I'll just call this video like a trapdoor tribute. Did you put the Netsuke outside in your garden, Anne? So Drutt, is it just one tooth or two teeth he's got on the front there? So it's going to be kind of like a square, isn't it? Do you want to do the little gargoyle? Shall I do a gargoyle competition? Next, paint a gargoyle. Just those small ones. I don't know if you've seen the small ones. They're just a tiny little bit bigger than these Netsukis. But they're gargoyles. I did send Vic one because he said he likes gargoyles. But I might do that as another competition at some point. Well, they're not really competitions though, are they? They're sort of like, what would you call them? You get the prize first, don't you? You don't have to do anything to win it. You get the item and then you paint him. Right, I'm going to stick his tooth. You see that? I'll just put a little indentation there. I don't know if he's got two teeth or just the one. I think it's just the one, isn't it? Do you like that? Does that look like Drutt? Just got to put his eyes on now. He's got cross-eyed, hasn't he? Cross eyes. Crossed eyes. Just a little bit smaller, maybe. would be running an hour. I think one of his eyes might be bigger than the other to give him that kind of crazy look. Cheers, Anne. See you later. Thanks for coming along. To make the eyes again. I think my hands are getting in the way, aren't they, lawyer? Wow, this is terrible. My Drutt looks a bit scared. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, that's going to have to do in him. I did have some like black tack somewhere that I could use as his feet. Oh, I'll just roll up some of this black clay. No, this is bad. Really, isn't it? Zero. This is definitely not in the realm of Michelangelo, is it? I think Drutt's maybe got 6 legs. I'm going to just put 4 on, I think, just the ones at the front. But you can't see him in that picture. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I'm not very good at this. It's a bit too small for me, like I said before. So there's Drutt. Put him there, shall I? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, I'll give you a zoom in on that. You see that? A la Finis. Berk, Drutt, and a trapdoor worm. Right, so there we are. I think we'll call it a day, won't we? Right, so that's been like an hour and 5 minutes. Right, so anyway, I think we've had a successful test run with the 2 cameras at the very least. So anyway, we'll leave you to it, or I'll leave you to it, and let everybody go. I'm going to do some more of these sculpts at some point. Yeah, I'm going to try and get Berk right, I think, 0. But I think what you need, I think really, I think it sort of like just jumped in at the deep end a little bit, like with the fingers. I think I'll probably make them a bit bigger for a start. And break it down a little bit more. Make sure you get that egg, well, make sure the egg shaped part of the body is more accurate, and then spend a little bit more time on the feet, get those right, and try and get the right shapes before you start, if you know what I mean. I think this, like, roll the feet into sort of like egg shapes also, which I try to do on this time round. But then when it comes to the arms, perhaps I should make the fingers separate from the arms and then stick them onto the arms so that the fingers look a little bit more smooth. And maybe the clay, this clay is a bit hard to work with, so I'm doing the bad worksman blames his tools bit, but it was a bit hard to work with. So maybe find some different clay, or just make it bigger, I don't know. Let's say if the clay's bigger, it's going to be harder, so that's going to be another problem, so create another problem. But yeah, so there we are. So anyway, here's the trapdoor tribute video. Perhaps we'll do another one when I get a little bit better making the trapdoor figurines. So anyway, just a bit of fun. And yeah, put a wire inside the polymer clay might be better as well, especially if you make them bigger. Yeah, for sure. The armatures. Right then, we'll end it here, and perhaps I'll do another. I need to do one more video by the end of the month to get my quota of 4 videos in. But I think I might talk about. Can we handle it here? In a mess. Gonna do a video on what I talked about earlier about the concrete mixing and fairy liquid. Right then, so thanks for joining in and watching this daft video. See you soon. Cheers, Zero, and cheers, everybody else. See you soon. Over and out for now. Bye.